Welcome to Netrush Report, your home for tennis drama, raw emotion, and the stories shaking the sport's biggest stages. If you live for rivalries, shocking controversies, and the moments that define legacies, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because this is where the real game begins. On paper, Jannik Sinner's third-round win over Denis Shapovalov at the 2025 US Open should have been a straightforward headline. The Italian dropped the first set 5-7. Then he roared back, taking the next three sets 6-4, 6-3, 6-3. It was a mature, commanding performance, showcasing his resilience, fitness, and trademark precision from the baseline. Sinner booked his place in the last 16, exactly where fans and experts expected him to be. But while the match itself was dramatic, the real drama unfolded in the stands. Several cameras panned to Thierry Guibert, Lacoste CEO. Instead of politely applauding great points from both sides, or supporting the world number two, Guibert was clearly seen backing Shapovalov, applauding loudly, gesturing encouragement, reacting emotionally every time Sinner faltered, and tennis fans did not miss it. Social media exploded with comments. "Shame on you, Lacoste. This is embarrassing from a brand CEO. How can you not support the future of tennis? So much for respecting other players." For many, this wasn't just about tennis. It was about loyalty, image, and what role sponsors should, or should not, play when their brand is tied so closely to one superstar. In this case, Novak Djokovic. To understand why Guibert's actions caused such outrage, we need to rewind. Since 2017, Lacoste has been Novak Djokovic's main apparel sponsor. The partnership was a masterstroke. Djokovic replaced Andy Roddick as Lacoste's tennis icon. He won multiple Grand Slams wearing the crocodile. The brand leaned into his dominance, celebrating his records and his relentless pursuit of greatness. Earlier this year, Lacoste even made a bold move, replacing their iconic crocodile logo with a goat on special Djokovic apparel, an open declaration that they view him as the greatest of all time. This cemented their relationship. For Lacoste, Djokovic isn't just a player. They've staked part of their brand identity on him. When Guibert cheered against Sinner, fans interpreted it as more than personal preference. They saw it as corporate loyalty, an unwillingness to even acknowledge Djokovic's biggest rival in waiting. But here's the thing. Jannik Sinner isn't just another opponent. He's the face of a new generation. At 24 years old, he's already a Grand Slam champion, a consistent top 5 player, and widely regarded as the heir to the Big Three era. His calm demeanor, his relentless work ethic, his laser-like ground strokes, they've made him one of the most admired players on tour. For Italian fans, he's more than a tennis star. He's a national hero. For the tennis community, he represents the sport's future stability. When Guibert openly chose Shapovalov over Sinner, fans saw it as disrespectful, a signal that Lacoste is stuck in the past, unable to embrace the sport's changing guard. What makes this entire controversy even stranger? Novak Djokovic himself actually respects, and even likes, Jannik Sinner. In an interview last November with Sportsweek, Djokovic revealed something fascinating. He first met a 14-year-old Sinner at Riccardo Piatti's tennis academy. They practiced together. Djokovic immediately noticed the Italian's natural timing and fearless attitude. Djokovic later said, "I like Jannik a lot. He's humble, hardworking, and has a bright future." Even as a kid, you could see he had something special. That relationship has carried into their rivalry. Yes, they've battled fiercely on court, including unforgettable showdowns at Wimbledon, the ATP Finals, and Davis Cup. But off the court, Djokovic has gone out of his way to praise Sinner as a player and as a person. While Djokovic's sponsor CEO may have chosen to side against Sinner, Djokovic himself has never shown such animosity. If anything, he seems to view Sinner as the perfect rival, a challenger worthy of pushing him to his limits, not an enemy to be dismissed. And here's where things get even more interesting. The US Open draw is setting the stage for a potential dream final. Novak Djokovic versus Jannik Sinner. Imagine the narrative. The 38-year-old legend, chasing yet another slam, standing as the immovable wall. The 24-year-old rising star, seeking to dethrone the king of tennis and carve out his own era. It's generational. It's emotional. It's legacy-defining. And now, thanks to Guibert's actions, it's also political. If this final happens, Lacoste will be dragged back into the spotlight, not for fashion, but for who they're seen supporting. Fans will be watching closely. Not just the tennis, but every reaction, every clap, every camera cut to the Lacoste box.so. What exactly are fans demanding? Many are saying Lacoste should remain neutral when it comes to players not named Djokovic. That they can support their star without actively disrespecting his rivals. Some have even gone further, suggesting Sinner deserves his own big sponsor deal, one that celebrates him rather than undermines him. Others point out the bigger issue. Tennis is a global sport built on respect. When a corporate figure openly undermines that, it sends the wrong message to is Lacoste a fashion brand, or Novak Djokovic's personal fan club. That's the question fans are asking. This controversy also feeds into a larger discussion. The transition of eras in men's tennis. For 2 decades, the sport has been dominated by Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic. Their sponsors, Nike, Babolat, Lacoste, built empires around their icons. But now, with Federer retired, Nadal fading, and Djokovic closer to the end than the beginning, the sport must embrace its new generation. If brands like Lacoste fail to adapt, they risk alienating the very fan base that will define tennis for the next 10 to 15 years. And that's why the outrage over Guibert's actions isn't just about one match. It's about the future of tennis marketing, loyalty, and respect. For Sinner himself, this incident might be fuel that he's known for being calm, but make no mistake, he's fiercely competitive. When he sees fans, media, or even sponsors doubting him, it adds to his fire. His victory over Shapovalov already showed resilience. Now, with the Lacoste drama swirling, he heads into the second week of the US Open not just as a player to watch, but as a symbol of change. Win or lose, this controversy may have just made him even more beloved by fans worldwide. Here's what's undeniable. If Sinner and Djokovic meet in the US Open final, it won't just be a tennis match. It will be a generational clash, a sponsorship showdown, and a test of respect. Every rally, every cheer, every reaction in the stands will carry more weight than ever before. And in the middle of it all, Thierry Guibert and Lacoste will be under the microscope. Will they double down on Djokovic? Or will they learn to balance loyalty with respect for the sport's future? So, what do you think? Did Thierry Guibert cross the line by openly cheering against Jannik Sinner? Or is it fair for a brand CEO to show loyalty to their main star, Novak Djokovic, even if it means snubbing others? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and remember, this is just the beginning. If Djokovic and Sinner clash at the US Open final, this controversy could explode into one of the biggest off-court dramas of the year. This is Netrush Report, where tennis meets drama, where rivalries go deeper than the court, and where the stories behind the headlines come alive. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell, and join us as we continue to cover every twist, every shock, and every emotional moment of this US Open. Because trust us, the next chapter is coming.